Hello, everyone. I'm just gonna get Instagram set up. I forgot to take that off. Hello, everybody. I'm gonna just set this up because I want to make sure that this is set up for success. There we go. Hold on. Hello. Sorry, y'all. It took me a minute to get the live started because I was trying to get a video uploaded for y'all. And now that I got it uploaded, now we can go from there. Okay. There we go. Ooh. How is everybody though? How is everybody doing? Again, for those who didn't know why we're doing the live one day late, it's because I had a tribal meeting yesterday. So, okay. And Instagram is live. Hello. Hi, how are you? How are you doing? Welcome. Hey, hi Abby, I'm loving the makeup. I peeped in on the videos uploaded today. Yeah, I've been trying to like focus a little bit more on my glamour magic. Reason being, cause y'all, ever since I got from Puerto Rico, I've been hella like depressed, and I've been fighting it very heavily. But it's just been really like Leo season got me a little bit back on track because you guys know I'm a Leo rising. But Cancer season, like coming back from Puerto Rico, going into Cancer season was it was a lot emotionally, personally for me, because being back in like, you know, what would be one of my homelands. I'm not Puerto Rican, I'm Dominican, but that's still one of my homelands, Taino wise. So it was just so like my spirit was just like in missing mode. Like I was just missing home so bad. It was just it was really bad. And then Babe's been like working nonstop lately, so I haven't seen her as much because she's been working nonstop. And then I've been just throwing myself into work. I've been doing the Capricorn thing, the just throwing myself into work and just like trying to like not think about feelings too much. But it's been a lot. So I've just been trying to like work, like incorporate and work more with my glamour magic, because glamour magic always helps me feel better. Which I know could seem very like that sounds very conceited, but honest spiritually, it's a fact. It's just glamour magic makes you feel better. And glamour magic itself is very complex because you are ultimately trying to embody a part of yourself that you yourself might not even feel like you can reach. But with glamour magic, it's almost like it gives you another layer of confidence. So yeah, I've been processing a lot of things, y'all. I've been processing a lot. But yeah, I've been getting back to like, I just threw myself into work. I've just been a Capricorn this whole time, basically. No emotions, just throwing myself into work, which is great because I got a lot of stuff done. But it's just like emotionally, I've just been like not trying to even just be there because I miss home so much. Like what I would give for an helado bon right now, what I would give to be at the beach with like a mori soñando in my hands. Okay, like I just miss home a lot, and I might be going back in the fall sometime. We'll see. We will see. But yeah. Oh yes, how was that? Puerto Rico was absolutely amazing, and I have not gotten to finish editing the vlog, but y'all are gonna get the vlog. But it might be in multiple parts. I might just have to do multiple parts to it, just because I filmed a lot, and it was just so beautiful, y'all. Like, it was so beautiful. It was just a beautiful experience. It was absolutely one of my favorite hands down vacations. Like, it was so beautiful. Yeah, Babe loved it. She loved her birthday. She said I planned it perfectly because I'm a really good like planner when it comes to like vacations and stuff. You just gotta tell me what you want. I'm gonna plan it perfectly. It was so like beautiful, amazing food, amazing people, amazing like spiritually. Uh, it was just it was amazing, y'all. It was an amazing time. I had an amazing time. Depression sucks. It really does. It really does. And mine come in waves a lot of the time. I mean, I know everybody's comes in waves. I mean, but some people they have it like clinical. I can't talk, y'all. Clinical depression is a little bit different. But mine come in waves a lot. Like when I like start focusing on anytime I'm working with the lands, I am reminded, because I do a lot of work with nature spirits. Anytime I'm working with the land in the United States, I am reminded that I'm not home. And you guys know that I've been planning the Healing America State by State ceremonies to heal the land for a couple months now. And it's about to be September. We're about to do the whole entire shebang, which it means that I'm going to have to deeply ground into the United States and its energy grid, which is going to be something else. But it's just, every time that I think about it, it reminds me that I'm not home. And I really just, I want to go home. I want to like go back to the islands for a while and just kind of like recoup my energies. But also, I don't know, these next couple of months are going to be pretty amazing. Personally speaking, there's a couple of things planned. But it's been hard to get through the summer because the summer's also been like very shitty. I don't know if you guys like have had the same summer as me, but y'all, the tri-state has been raining nonstop. Then there was a whole like flesh-eating bacteria and like infection that happened at the beach, at multiple beaches, and they had to close the beaches. So it's like you couldn't even go to the beach in peace because the water is like contaminated because people don't know how to take care of the world. And so it's kind of like, is it really summertime or is it just climate change? Which one is it? How are you guys feeling about that? Because y'all, it's been something else. The summer has felt like the least summertime ever, with the exception of being in Puerto Rico. That's it. That was really good. What calls it good? No, it's Glamour Magic. Glamour Magic. It's like, oh, it's so good. I should do a series on Glamour Magic as well because I feel like more people should know how to use it. And a lot of people downplay its abilities, but Glamour Magic is 1000% one of the skills that we should all master. We should all just be really good at Glamour Magic, because it's a form of manifestation that ultimately requires empowerment of yourself. It's just so beautiful, like the concept of it. So we might do some videos on that too. I know, y'all, I've been dropping videos like I've been dropping bombs. That's literally how it feels like. I've been like, what, pow, 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 pow. I've been dropping videos for y'all like nobody's business. Okay, there's a lot of videos that I have coming for y'all. Like, y'all not even ready, but I've just been straight up dropping bombs on my channel. But it's just been an amazing time. I've been doing a lot of work for you guys. Like I told you guys, I've been throwing myself into work. But I'm creating a lot of really great things because you see, even though, you know, personally, I'm still working emotionally through things, I am still getting the shit done. That's that Capricorn. It's that Capricorn energy, okay? I'm still gonna get the thing done at the end of the day. But I really was like, I literally woke up a couple of days ago and I was meditating with spirit and they were just like, you need to talk about Kemetic spirituality. And I was like, you know, for quite some time now, it has been something super personal to me and I haven't done too much stuff on, you know, Kemetic spirituality, which I know I've done a couple of videos on, but this series is going to be very intensive. It's an intensive series and we're going to cover so many different things. And one of my favorite parts of it is going to be the plant medicine because we will be talking about Kemetic plant medicine. We're going to be breaking down the Kemetic plants. that originated and are still present over there, what you can use it for, all of the things. We're going to be doing a deep dive, okay? I'm trying to educate. I'm trying to get everybody educated. And same with the Patreon. I'm going to push a study with herbs and herbalism because I want everybody to have a good foundation with herbs, because one of the things that I've also been seeing is that a lot of people don't know how to heal themselves with plants, and that's on colonization, 100%. Because back in the day, trust and believe, all of our ancestors knew exactly how to work the land, which plants to use for what, and everything, both for spiritual reasons and for physical health reasons. So I'm going to do more herbal content on my Patreon as well as on the channel. So stay tuned for that. It's all about education. I'm coming with the mentality is to educate. I need everybody to be I want you guys to have a good foundation, because I feel like right now there isn't enough education. And in some of the platforms, it's just like an aesthetic, like spirituality and stuff. It's like an aesthetic. It's like love, attraction, and, you know, it's like it's like a weird aesthetic. And I'm just like, y'all, where's the education? Like, I want my peoples to be educated. I want you guys to know like what you're doing, why you're doing it. Okay, I want us to all be wise grandparents. Okay, you know how you go to your grandma, your grandfather when you need, you know, that thing that they can only do. That's how I'm trying to get us on that level. I'm trying to get us on that level, because I feel like it's so important. Oh, honey, but yes, there's no place like home. Summer was pure rain. It was pure rain. Tell me it hasn't been raining like crazy. Like, I've just been like collecting rainwater for spells like nobody's been. Because it's literally been like, summertime has been rain time. It has been rain time. It has not been. It wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. Granted, we're still in a global pandemic. There's still a lot going on, but it's like, this is our second year in this, right? And it's just, I just want, like, every time I think about it, I'm just like, I'm an island girl. I love to be outside in the ocean and nature, okay, in the river, doing something, okay. But yeah, the summertime has not been. It didn't hit. It did not do what it was said that it was not summertime. Yes, do a series. I feel like the earth is detoxing. I feel that too. And I feel like it's there's a lot of purging going on, but at the same time, y'all, I'm still mad that the whole ocean was on fire. I'm still mad about that story. That story still pissed me off. And there's still so much stuff going on with like the United States. And even like the pipelines, there's like 3 different pipelines that they're building that go under over 222 rivers and lakes in the United States. Like, at this point, in like a couple of years, I feel like the way the government is set up is like, they're just straight trying to poison people. Like, I don't even know if there's going to be a country within the next 10 years, to be honest. Like, the way, because it's so bad. I'm just like, and then you fly out of the United States, you go anywhere else, and the vibration of the land is 10 million times higher. Y'all, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I feel like there's so much going on. And I feel like the land itself is trying to nurture itself back. And I think that's why the rains are coming in as much. Not only because of climate change, but also because the earth needs water. It, like, needs water. It's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. Thank you so much for that. Education is, no, for real. I'm trying to make sure that we're on, you know, we need to know. We need to know how to heal ourselves. We need to know how to use our plant medicine. I'm going to do a series on kitchen witchery specifically, because I want us to also focus on, you know, how do we infuse and work with what we're eating when we're eating it, especially because a lot of it, herbs, a lot of it, we add spices, we add so many different things to what we eat, and a lot of people forget that your food and what you eat you're eating a lot of vibrations from a lot of different things, and some of it is empty. So we're gonna do a whole entire series on that as well. I have like a bunch of series set up for you guys. Y'all gonna be blessed, okay? Blessed. The channel's gonna be on fire. But I'm just like really excited to like get this content out for you guys. I've been working really hard, and Spirit has been giving me a lot of messages. And you guys know my channel is very spirit driven. The second Spirit's like, you need to talk about this. I'm like, okay, let's go. Pop open the camera. Let me just start filming it. Let's go. I'm still gonna do the comedic altar video that's coming, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. Okay, stay tuned. And yeah, let's get started. Let us get started because we have a lot to talk about today. Let me go ahead and whoop out the chart because we definitely. Hold on. There we go. And boom. There we go. Let me whoop out the chart because we got to talk about that. 1 second. Where did it go? Where did it go? Come on. Where the hell did it go? Did I like go to the wrong page? What the hell? Where did the chart go? Hold on, y'all. 1 second. I don't know why it's not coming up. That is so weird. Astro.com has never done that before. Let me see. Charts. Oh, not that. Okay, 1 second, y'all, because I don't know why they're doing this today, but yeah, there it is. There we go. Okay. Now we got it. Where's that one? Hold on, y'all, because this wants to be all types of funny right now. And there we go. Boom. Yo, Astro.com is tripping. Tripping. Why did it expire? We is about to fight. Hold on. Technical difficulty, guys, because Astro.com wants to act all types of crazy. Okay, so it does not want to open up in a bigger screen for some reason. Let me see. View chart. Y'all, what in the world is happening? This is so weird. This site has never acted like this before. And agree and yeah, it's not working for some reason. Let me see if I can refresh. Yeah, it's not working for some reason, y'all. It's not working. Okay, I'm gonna just have it like that because it's like the only way that I can. Here we go. And there we go. Okay, that kind of works a little bit better, I guess. Not really, but we're gonna try to do the best that we can. Can you guys see me? It's like refreshing. Okay, now I think I'm back. Can you guys see me? Let me know if you can see me. Simple and Saunders said, hello, can we get a video similar to the offset video but with Santa Muerte? I feel like that video was so much information, and I would love one with that information about Santa Muerte. I can make a video about Santa Muerte. I work with her pretty regularly, so yeah, I can make a video on Santa Muerte. Santa Muerte, though, is complex because there's so many different colors. There's so many different, like, I feel like I would have to do a part series on each color, if that makes sense. because even like her 3 main colors, like she has additional colors and they all have different. So let me know how you would want that. Do you want that in parts? Do you want it in like one video with the main 3, or like the different, like just a part series on like one by one? Like we start with black and white and red and green. Like do you in parts or not in parts? Let me know. Y'all let me know in YouTube too. Do you guys want a Santa Muerte series in parts, or do you want a kind of like, I feel like that dedicated video would be like over an hour if I try to cover all parts. You guys know I talk a lot. So yeah, let me know in parts. Yeah, that makes sense. You're right. That's a lot to ask for. It's a lot of information because she has so many different. Because death is so universal, and that's the thing about Santa Muerte. She's so universal. She covers so many different topics and so many things, but it's doable. I just need to know if you want it in parts. Not set in parts. Okay, in parts. So I think in parts might be the winning the winner for that one, because it would be a lot of information, y'all. You guys know I talk a lot. But it would be a lot of information. Okay, I think we'll start with I mean, we could probably do white or black, but I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna put it together, and expect the first video this week, because I've been working on a lot of videos for you guys, but expect that first video this week, because that's definitely something that's very easy for me to talk about, just because I have a very easy relationship with Santa Muerte, but I also understand her different elements, so we can dive into that. We can dive into that for sure. So yeah, keep an eye out for the first one in the series this week, and then I'll also like recommend books as well. The only thing is that the books that I do have are all in Spanish because they're written by Mexicans. The other ones that are in the market are written by people from Spain, because she's venerated both in Mexico and in Spain. You know, talk about that. But the information like that Spain gives versus Mexico is not necessarily the same. I feel like a lot of people, like a lot of Santa Muerte devotees, do not like the Spanish books as much as the Mexican ones. I really like the Mexican ones. They have really good rituals on there. But we could talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it, y'all. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, so I was able to zoom into to the chart a little bit. So let's talk about it. Also, let me know if there's any other, like, in the comments, because you guys can leave comments on the YouTube and stuff if there are other kind of dedicated videos that you want me to do for like other spirits. I can try. Like, I mean, I don't know every spirit in the world, y'all. That's a lot. But if I personally work with said spirit, I can definitely do like a dedicated video and, you know, explain stuff for you guys. But yeah, I definitely don't mind doing the Santa Muerte one. That one's definitely very close to home. But yeah, and then I'm still working on the Kemetic spirituality. It's gonna be a long series. Y'all better be into it for the haul, because it's gonna be a long series. But anyway, let's get started a little bit looking at the astrology, where the planets are at, so we can kind of understand the energy a little bit. First and foremost, the sun is in Virgo. The moon is in Gemini. Mercury is in Libra. Venus is in Libra. Mars is in Virgo. Jupiter is in Aquarius. Saturn is in Aquarius. Uranus is in Taurus. Neptune is in Pisces. Pluto is in Capricorn. Jupiter through Pluto, all in retrograde. Retrogrades. Okay? And so the generational planets right now are actively doing a lot because they're all looking backwards. So we're all looking at the past. They're all looking at collectively and also personally, like, okay, what have you contributed? What have you done? What have you brought to the table? Is there something that we gave you a download a while ago that you should have been doing this whole time, that was part of your path that you neglected, that now you have to look back at the past when we gave you that download and like revisit it because retrograde, okay? And this is also highlighting a lot of past life work, y'all. Like, when I mean past life work, I mean the past. I mean history. This is also why I'm not surprised that the Comedic Spirituality series is being birthed into the channel now, because it highlights the past and it highlights looking at the past and trying to understand and also use it in a new way. Because no matter what we do as a civilization, as peoples, as society, we are never going to be able to be the exact people from all of these different nations and tribes and civilizations and we're never going to be able to do that. That's unrealistic. We are in the age of Aquarius. That means that there's a modern take on ancient medicine. I'm going to say that again. There's a modern take on ancient medicine. Okay? So it would make sense for us to learn from the past and see what we can apply for ourselves today that will benefit not only spirit, but us as well. Okay? And this is why I started the Comedic Spirituality series, because it's not meant to be like everything that you're using has to be the way that it was done in the temples, because there are no modern temples in the same way like this. It's not a thing. Okay? I am sure that there are, in Egypt today, there are some people that still practice in the shadows, but those are people that don't talk about it. That's not an open invitation, again, because it is traditionally a closed practice. But when you're looking at working with the spirits themselves, that is something that you can do if that's something that you are called to do. So that's why we're kind of working through and educating ourselves, so that way we know better, that way we understand, that way we are guided better, that way we understand how to elevate ourselves better, how to grow better. And I'm not surprised why Aset was the first one that, started off the series, because Aset's all about spiritual growth and building your Heka, which is your magic, building your spiritual power up. Like, I've said it time and time again, Aset is the one that is all about spiritual education, spiritual growth. Like, you want nourishment spiritually, she's gonna give it to you, she's gonna send it to you. All you had to do was ask. So there is this kind of like focus on us getting more spiritually educated. And I feel like spirit is in this consensus of, I need y'all to know what y'all doing. I need y'all to be educated. I need y'all to be, okay? So it's a lot. There's layers. There's a lot of layers to it. And I think it's super important for us to dive in deeper into our education right now. It's absolutely important. So when you look at the generational planets and the way that they're all kind of moving, this year is definitely a different year than last year. But collectively, we are coming together to do more, to really look at the past and try to fix and correct certain things about what has happened before, what has come to pass, I gotta block this person. Bye. Okay. Anyway, what has come to pass, what has happened, what we need to correct about the past that has been either lost or has been causing turbulence in the shadows. That's that Pluto in Capricorn in retrograde, because that Capricorn energy connects us to our roots. It connects us to our foundation. It connects us to that which we personally have lost for quite some time. And it's about rebuilding the foundation, making sure we have a steady foundation. Think of it as like, your family left you a house that's been in your family for a really, really, really long time, but you're not just going to move in. You're not just going to move into that house and not check the floorboards, not check the floorboards, not check that the pipes are good, not check that the lights can go on, not check that things are functioning properly. So there's this like need to recheck the foundations that we're on, so that we are educated, so that we are personally in the path that we need to be, and that we can live in that house knowing that the foundation of that house that has been built for a long time is in a really, really steady place. So it's a lot, but it's super, super necessary for us to get to that place, get to that moment where we are actively in that grounded state without any problems. It's like layers to it. So the generational planets are pushing us into doing more of that spiritual work that we need to do, doing more of that grounding that we need to do, looking at the past, reevaluating the past, reevaluating what our foundations are, and then making sure that we have a good foundation in the future by learning from the past, by transforming from the truths of the past. That's the big one. Transforming from the truths of the past. What has been passed down to you, and what is it that you personally need to know from the past, from what has been passed down to you. This is why ancestor work is so important during this time as well. So let us pull some cards. Let's see what Spirit wants us to know for this week. What is going on collectively for this week? What do we need to know collectively? What do we need to know collectively for this week? Yeah, you see that Judgment card? You guys know, to me personally, that's the card of the ancestors. So is anyone surprised? I am not. What is going on collectively for the Devil card came up, and we were just talking about that Pluto and Scorpio too. What is going on collectively? Y'all, bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups, Six of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. Look at it. Nine of Cups, Six of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. These cards are something else. These cards are something else, and you're about to see them. You is about to see them. So we're starting off this week with the Ten of Wands, Judgment, and the Three of Swords. Ten of Wands, Judgment, the Three of Swords. Ten of Wands, Judgment, and the Three of Swords. There are certain things that have been actively affecting us and impacting us that, y'all, has been causing us a lot of turbulence that we now need to discern. Okay, this is where it's like we've been carrying a lot of this for such a long time. We've been carrying a lot of this for such a long time that you don't even know how it's been affecting. You don't even know how it's been impacting you. You don't even know how this has been making you struggle. Not only spiritually speaking, emotionally speaking, physically speaking, mentally speaking, you have no idea. And this is those generational traumas. This is when we get into generational trauma work, because this week, and I told you, Virgo season, whatever you didn't heal in Cancer season, whatever ego work you didn't do in wait, I dropped one of the cards. Whatever ego work you didn't do, hold on, I gotta grab that. Hold on. Sorry, right there. Whatever ego work you didn't do during Leo season, it's right back. It is right back. It is right back. Because that Judgment card is telling us that we need to analyze a lot of the turbulence that has just been actively affecting us, that we haven't even been putting in the work to address and assess. It's like there's layers. There's layers. There's a lot of layers. There's a lot of layers. And it's been affecting us mentally, because there's certain things that have been interfering in our growth actively, that we haven't been able to see the breakthrough that we wanted, originally speaking, when we were wanting to manifest it into fruition. There has been certain things that have not been able to come into fruition because the judgment hasn't been had. You haven't processed it. You haven't looked at it generationally speaking. Like, you can address something personally and like, oh my God, I've been having such a hard time focusing on, you know, doing what I'm passionate about, and I just feel like I'm caught up and I'm tied into certain things. Well, have you thought about where that behavior comes from? Have you thought about where that behavior comes from? Have you thought about where, where you ultimately get that energy from? Where it originates, like the feeling like you have to constantly do what you don't want to do, or you're trapped. Where does that energy come from? Whom does that energy originate from? And have you dived into the truth about it? Because it's creating that turbulence. It's creating that turbulence, right? It's creating that turbulence, but it has not been judged by you. It has not been assessed by you. You have not actively, you haven't done the work that you need to do about it. And so what is it that you personally plan? What is the strategy that you're going to put into play to actually see your way out of this energy? And the answer, that's that devil energy, because we're coming up the devil, and then the last card, the outcome card, is the Ace of Pentacles, which tells me that we need to be focusing on that Pluto and Capricorn right now. That Pluto and Capricorn energy, that Capricorn energy, that diving in deeper, that transforming through your roots, transforming through the knowledge of your roots. That's what's coming up heavy right now. There's like this sense of needing to dive deeper into understanding our foundation, needing to dive deeper and heal the things that have been passed down, having clarity, having peace of mind, having emotionally and mentally, spiritually, not carrying the weight of it anymore. There's like this energy of control. And this is one of the energies that obviously Capricorn is connected to, control. Okay. How are we controlling the situation? How are we seeking to ultimately get the situation at hand? Okay. Like if you think of, yourself as someone who is, you're like wounded, right? You have like a cut on your finger, but you put a Band-Aid on it, but for some reason it hasn't healed yet. You're still bleeding from your finger, right? You put another Band-Aid on, you washed it, you put another Band-Aid on, you're still bleeding. You haven't stopped bleeding. It hasn't started healing. Now you're getting an infection. You're like, God damn it. I try to wash it with antibacterial soap, put a Band-Aid on it. It's creating a bigger infection. When are you going to go to the hospital? When are you going to check what's going on? When are you going to decide to look deeper in it and actually put some work into it? Try to control the situation. Try to alleviate the situation in a way that is bringing you resolution, that is bringing you like a peaceful way out, like a way where you can get back in control, where you yourself are back in control. You're back empowered. You're not, you're not going to be getting affected by it anymore. Like, you took control, you took the initiative to get control of the situation, so that way you can have access to this again. Okay, that's that Ace of Pentacles. That's that Ace of Pentacles energy, because the Ace of Pentacles says and states you need to put in the work. You need to actually put in the physical work to actually see anything come out of this. Okay, you need to actually physically put in the work to see the benefits of your actions. Okay, that's spiritually, that's talking to your ancestors. That's making sure that you are actively seeking more for yourself spiritually, that you are trying to find some resolution, find some peace, find some balance into the situation. So when you have that balance, you have that peace, you have regained control. Okay? You worked hard to regain that control. It's like layered. There's so many different layers, but it's leading us, the work that we're doing, spiritually speaking, the work that we're doing for our ancestors, the healing that is taking place right now, because Virgo season, I said it once, I said it again, it's about healing, y'all. It's health, healing, and serving others, and disease. That's what Virgo rules. What has gotten infected in your life that you now need to address? Which area of your life do you need to regain back control? How do you amplify that control through your actions? How do you take back control? What is it that you're doing to take back control? How are you empowering yourself? How are you setting yourself up for success? You can't just move into this home if you haven't checked the walls, if you haven't checked the pipes, if you haven't checked the foundation, if you haven't checked anything. It has to get inspected. You have to inspect the home before you move into it. You can't just expect to get, to move into a home that your ancestors passed down to you when it's a wreck, when it's a mess, when it hasn't been cleaned, when there's like bugs and different things that are in your home that you yourself wouldn't even want in there. You have to clean house. This is a time to clean house and actually set intention for that better home. Set intention for what you actually want it to look like. This is the time to upgrade. Upgrade what it is that you want for yourself. Upgrade what it is that you want for yourself. Upgrade what it is that you want to experience. What it is that you want to see. How it is that you want to grow. It's time to think bigger. It's time to regain control of the things that have been bringing us so much distress, so much pain, so much. It's just, enough is enough. And that's really how it feels like. It feels like enough is enough. It feels like it's time. It feels like it's time. It's time to go. It's time to separate. This is why we're getting that Six of Swords, Knight of Cups, Wheel of Fortune energy. It's time to separate. It's time to make this right. It's time to actually follow the direction in which we're getting turned into. And right now, because the generational planets are in retrograde, we're getting pushed to look backwards. We're getting pushed to reassess what has been done and do the work spiritually, so we don't have to be in pain no longer because of it. So we don't have to continue to take the brunt force of what has been handed down to us, because it hasn't always been sunshine and rainbows, y'all. There's been a lot of trauma that has been passed down that some people don't even want to admit that they have. And it's really unfortunate that, there's this pain association, but it's there and it's impacting all of us, and it needs to be addressed. The elephant in the room needs to be addressed. If not, you're going to feel like your room is so small because you haven't addressed what you're carrying. So it's time to hermit. It's time to hermit. It's time to pull it back. It's time to take some time. It's time to breathe. It's time to detach a little bit. It's time to reanalyze. It's time to have some serious conversations with the ancestors and asking them, hey, who needs to heal today? I like to do a 5 to 10 minute morning meditation in the morning times, when I wake up. And I like to literally just ask, hey, who needs to heal today? What is the guidance? What do you need from me? How can I benefit you? Versus me all the time. I need you to help me with this. I need you to help me with that. I need you to do this for me. I need you to do that for me. I say this so many times now because I feel like ever since Leo season came, I feel like for some reason this is the something that I have to remind everybody. But the world does not revolve just around you. What do they need? What do they need? It's not only about you, but what do your ancestors need? What do your spirits need? How can you help? How can you, make that relationship stronger? How can you do that? It's like so layered. It's so layered. But no, the world does not revolve just around you. You have family members. Some of your ancestors are helping your other family members because it's not always about you. Okay? And sometimes those ancestors that are helping that other family member, they might need a little bit more, okay, a little bit of assistance. Maybe you could light a candle for them to, make sure that they're in a good place to do the work that they need to do, to protect that other family member. Because again, it's not always about you. It's not always about you. There's other stuff going on. And I know that we as people, we like to see ourselves as the center of the universe. That's that Leo energy. But it's not always about us. It's not always going to be about us either. There's a time to center yourself, and there's a time to actually think about others. Think about spirit. It's a time for everything. It's a time and place. Archangel Michael, what do we need to know collectively for this week? What do we need? Okay. So, the first one, ask Archangel Michael to help you with the situation. Is the first one. Because this situation itself is very complex. Y'all, there's like a lot of layers, especially when it comes to the generational trauma. But I do feel like it still needs to be addressed. And if you feel like personally you don't know how to address the situation in a way that will bring, some resolution, then you personally work with spirit. Ask spirit to guide you in that way. Ask spirit to, help you access that information. Like ask spirit, hey, how do I heal this? I pray to be given the assistance to heal this. I pray to be able to see my way through the situation, to see my way out of this specific problem, to be able to address, the pain that has been passed down to me in a way that is productive to not only my healing, but my family's healing, my ancestral healing, so that it can no longer get passed down. You can incorporate that in your prayers. You can incorporate that, and you can ask Archangel Michael to help you. You can ask for that guidance. You can ask for that clarity. You can ask for the words. If sometimes you feel like you don't have the words for, like, you're sitting at the altar, you're like, I don't know how to put this into words. I don't know how to say what it is that I'm trying to put together. You can pray for the words. You can pray for that clarity. Pray on it. Pray on it. Honor and trust your feelings, because it's a very intuitive time. It is a very, very, very intuitive time, and it is really heavily on, it's going to take intuition for us to analyze what is wrong, and our intuition is going to guide us to what is misplaced and displaced and what needs to be addressed. Like, our intuition is going to highlight that. And so because our intuition is like on alert right now, and it's going to be like, ding, 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 this is a problem, ding, 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 this is something you need to heal. Your dreams are going to be like, ding, 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 this person you need to focus on. You're going to be, your intuition, there's a heightened awareness that we cannot dismiss, that we cannot, like, simply kind of brush off as, oh, I don't know, I guess that's something. This is not the time to do that. This is the time to honor and trust your feelings, because they're ultimately going to be guiding you into hermit mode. That's where that light comes from. Hermit mode. That's why the card of Virgo in tarot is that hermit card with the light chained in this little cage, because going into hermit mode means that you're taking that light, you're taking that what has been where your intuition has been pushing you to, you're taking that light and you're going to go meditate on it. You're going to go sit on it. You're going to go investigate it. So that way you can understand better what is going on. So that way you have that enlightenment. You have that clarity. You have that mental peace. Admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. This is what happens when we go into hermit mode. Admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. Because sometimes the truth itself can be something that's very healing. And a lot of people don't really know how to navigate that. It can seem like we ourselves are in a place where we might not want to admit the truth because it goes against our own ego and what our ego wants. But the truth itself can be a transformational experience. And even though you might not want to accept something, doesn't mean that it's not necessary for you to accept it anyway. There's like so many different layers. And it's that time for us to meditate with the truth, meditate with the things that ultimately are pushing us into transformation, because those are the things that are going to bring that peace back, that balance back. The truth is healing. It can be very hurtful as well, but it can be very healing if you let it be, if you give it that chance to be, if you allow it to, not have the power over you, but ultimately have the power to liberate you. Because some people take the truth as like a offense to their own being. Some people take the truth as like, oh my God, if I accept this to be true, then I did something wrong, or I shouldn't have said that, or that was hurtful, or maybe that perspective, maybe I was wrong about that perspective. Maybe I was wrong about the way I addressed that. Maybe I was the bad guy in that situation. There's like this energy of like demonizing ourselves and holding our, this perfectionist kind of mindset. And again, Virgo season, Virgos rule perfection. So there's that. So there is an energy of heavy judgment, and we need to make sure that we're not holding space for ourselves to, tear ourselves apart, but it's more about understanding. It's more about creating peace and coming to peace with it. That is how you heal. You come to peace with the things that you cannot change, that you have to ultimately accept, especially if it's ancestral work and generational trauma, that ain't no way in hell that you can change in any capacity. You won't be able to change it, no matter how much you try. There are certain things that history, especially history that has been experienced by your ancestors, cannot be changed. They can only be healed, but they cannot be changed. You cannot change the way it happened. You cannot change the circumstance. But you can heal it. You can bring peace. You can insert peace into it. So that way it is no longer being carried by you spiritually, but you yourself are not giving it to the rest of the generations that are to come within the family line. What do we need to know collectively? What do we need to know collectively? What do we need to know collectively? Okay. The first one is relationship balance. What did I just say about balance? Relationship balance. Relationship balance. If there is an imbalance, if you don't feel good about something, that is the indicator that you need to do something about the thing. If something is distressful to you, if something is causing you to not be at peace, then you need to address that thing. That is a significator for you to actually do something about the thing. Okay? So there is this need to seek balance, not only with, our relationship with our ancestors, our relationship with people, our relationships with our family, but there's a need to find peace with it as well. Awaken your magic. Awaken your magic. Okay? Because there are different ways that we spiritually use our energy, okay, that we spiritually manifest, that we spiritually heal, that we spiritually address different things that you might not have even thought is you using your own magic, you using your spiritual abilities. But it is. It is. It is. Just telling someone, oh, I forgive you, I'm no longer going to carry, the situation anymore, like, I'm at peace with it. Telling someone that can be very, very spiritually powerful. You don't know how that spiritually affects you until you do it and you experience that moment. But there's this need to go into hermit mode and analyze that and understand why there is power in the things that are triggering us. why there is power, and what is it that we need to do to listen to our intuition, so that way when we are receiving these messages, when we are receiving these enlightening moments where we're getting triggered, what we're doing about it, how we're healing. Growth and abundance. Because ultimately, Libra season is the season that really, Libra season. Virgo season is the season that sets you up for success if you allow it to. It ultimately is if you allow it to. Because Libra season. I keep saying Libra season. Virgo season is the season that ultimately it's. I want you guys to think of you know those kind of like running what is it, like the 4Ks and stuff like that they do in the park, and then they have like these stationed tables where they have like water and like a medic or something like that, where like if something happened on the run, or like if you need hydration, whatever, you can grab like something, or you can stop at the medical tent or whatnot and get assistance. That's what Virgo season is. Virgo season is saying, okay, I've been doing this for a while. Is my body good? I'm checking in. Are you good? Are you thirsty? Is your ankle hurting? You tripped back there a little bit. You might want to stop. Like, do you want to get it checked? What's going on with? It's like a pit. It's a pit stop. Because you guys know, Pisces season is all about reflection, and that's when we dive in deeper into our subconscious mind. But Virgo season is like that. Hey, we're still running. We're still running good. Everything okay? Everything good? Can you say that everything's good? Can you personally say that everything's good? That is the question. That is the question. What do we need to know collectively for this? Collectively for this week. Y'all. Spirit be trolling. First one, harmony. This week calls for harmony. Harmony and trust. Harmony and trust. So first of all, balance gives you peace. Harmony gives you peace. When you are in a harmonious state, you are at peace. It's like calm flowing of water. You are harmoniously at peace. And it's about coming back to that peace, because for a while now, there hasn't been peace. There's been turbulence. So what is it that you want to do about that? How do you want to address your turbulence? How are you going to focus on harmony? And how are you going to ultimately reach that goal? Okay? Trust. Because trust has different layers, y'all. This card has different layers. The first being, do you trust yourself enough to carry on the legacy of your ancestors, to carry on the work, the intentions of prayers that have set you up to live the life that you have lived, that you get to live now? Do you trust that you are being set up for success? That you are being guided to do what it is that you need to do? That you yourself are taking control for your benefit? There's layers. There's layers. There's layers to this. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust where you're going? Do you trust your intention? Do you trust on the work that you need to do and why it needs to be done? Or are you just kind of doing things to do things? There's layers. There's layers. When you set an intention for something, and this goes deep into that Ace of Pentacles, okay? When you set an intention for something, you need to trust that it's going to work out. The second that doubt creeps in, it removes the harmony that you are placing upon your intention, the harmony that it's going to bring to you in the future, how you would feel. The second that you have any form of doubt is the second that you lose the harmony and you lose the trust that you're going to get it. And that impacts our spell work, that impacts our healing, that impacts every single thing. It breaks the whole entire intention down. It breaks our perception down, because then we're mentally in the back of our heads, we're like whispering, like, I don't know. We're like doubting. And so if you feel like you can't find the chest, if you feel like you'll never find the chest, then why would you find the chest? You yourself doubt that you're going to receive it. So why would you receive it then? Why would you receive it? People who believe that they can be successful are successful because they believe it. People who believe that they can win the race put in the work for themselves so they can win the race. People who doubt that they can't win the race do not get in the race in the first place. So how do you trust not only yourself but spirit in the path that is putting you on right now, even if it seems a little foggy? Because that's the other thing about it. There are certain things that are not very clear right now. And spirit is not going to show you all of the cards, because if you know all of the cards, you might make the wrong move. You might stop trusting in why you're even doing this in the first place. So how are you in trust with your process, but also with your harmony, with the work that spirit is telling you to do now? Because again, it's not always about you. Sometimes you might personally be in a good place of harmony, and then other shit in your life might be going haywire. It might not be personally because you did something, but again, we are tied by blood to people who lived in these lands before. We are carrying their blood. We're carrying their pain. We are carrying their mindsets. We are carrying their traumas. So how are you yourself physically, within the physical realm, creating harmony towards the things that have been turbulent in the past? That is what this week focuses on. Okay? That is what this week focuses on. This week is very heavy on addressing a lot of things, and it's going to range, y'all. It's going to range. It could literally be a whole minor thing, because I've told you guys this before. Traumas can literally come into fruition from like the smallest moment. It could be like the smallest thing that you think, oh my God, that's not a big of a deal when you look at it, but then to one of your ancestors, that meant everything. That was the moment where their whole entire heart broke. That was the moment where they regretted the rest of their lives, and they felt like they made a really bad decision. So it's layers. It's about, again, not centering yourself, but centering others, centering the problem, and figuring out what you can do about it, what you personally need to do about it. And that is this week's Weekly Healing Circle. Yeah. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. I'm going to be honest with y'all, and I'm going to keep it 100, because if I don't set y'all up for success, like, I'm not trying to set y'all up for failure. That's not what we're doing. That is not what we're doing. Okay? But I hope that y'all got all the messages that you needed for this week. And definitely stay tuned for the rest of the series. I'm going to work on the Santa Muerte series that I got asked to do on Instagram. And I'm glad that you guys agree as well on YouTube. And then we're gonna work through all of the parts. We're gonna work through all of the parts. I'm working on it, but y'all, I'm gonna be dropping videos like bombs. That's what we're doing now. We're just like, I'm still gonna be dropping videos like bombs. So stay tuned. The Patreon's gonna be on fire as well. So stay tuned for that as well. We are gonna do our weekly community oracle poll. Tomorrow I am possibly gonna go to the thrift store with my mom and my sister. So you're also gonna get a thrift store haul. It's not gonna be too big though, because I'm trying to go for a specific thing, but you guys know I'm gonna walk around. You guys already know. Anyway, I'm gonna try not to go overboard. But you guys are definitely gonna get a thrift store haul. So stay tuned for that, because I know you guys love those. But yeah, there's a ton of videos coming up soon. So okay. Hey love, how are you? I haven't seen you in a minute. But I'm glad that you came to the live. Thank you. That was intense but needed. You already know. You already know. No, it's a healing season, so you already know. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off. Thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all. Have a good night.